Welcome back to the Popcast, the Soda Pops Popcast, coming to you from the underground nostalgia bunker beneath Soda Pops, downtown Sandusky. How's it going?
Good. Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Wait! Before we get started, drop a like. Get them nice and early. They haven't done it yet. Hold on. You have all day. Okay, they did it. Thank you for dropping that like.
And thank you to some people leaving comments.
I have them right here.
You got some comments? Oh, thank Brian Staley for being here last week.
Yeah.
He completed the Ironman, did a fine job, come in under the time, and had a successful race. Thanks to Todd Kramer and Tim Schnurr. Saw them both over the weekend. They commented and liked and watched the video.
Tim Schnurr. I have to give him a special shout out. He mentioned he has the same comic cover that Hanna-Barbera. I love your taste, Tim. I never met you, don't know you, but I know you're a man of a fine palate, and I would love to see more of your collection. So send it over. Send some pictures over to the Soda Pops Facebook. Maybe just your favorite comic covers you have. Maybe 5 of them.
You're opening a can of worms there. That guy's got comics.
Good. I love perusing other people's comics. So let us know in the comments below what your favorite Fantastic Four comic issue is. If you know it off the top of your head, maybe we could do some research.
Also, in the comments from the last video, I don't know how you say this or if it's even a word. Agamemnon. He's got a little Darth Vader icon.
Oh.
And he brought up a good point that I want to say, because he brought up Cadillacs and dinosaurs again. That's come up
going
before
around on this channel.
And I think it goes to prove your point that people are not tired of dinosaurs. People love dinosaurs. It's just that we don't love Jurassic Park, the same movie, over and over again.
Yeah. There's no dinosaur. There can never be a such thing as dinosaur fatigue. I refuse to believe that's even an idea circulating in the world. So
it's just we gotta get off Jurassic Park. Just make up some new dinosaur movies. Cadillacs and dinosaurs is making a.
Next time you're writing a Jurassic Park script, and next time you're the Jurassic Park people going, how can we make another Jurassic Park movie? Just stop and be like, let's just make a dinosaur movie.
Make a dinosaur movie. Figure out how to get dinosaurs in there. Also, shout out to Dev, fan at the shop. Always stops in for ice cream. If we ever do a Sonic the Hedgehog, if they ever make another Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Those are popular.
They are popular. Hits. I remember playing that on the Sega. It was a good game. She would like to be on the show.
All right.
To review that one if we ever do it. And upcoming, speaking of other movies, upcoming to Sandusky, the Tommy Boy Fest. The Tommy Boy Fest coming up August 7th, 8th, and 9th. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. A couple weeks from today. Should be good. Do you ever see Tommy Boy?
No.
It's a classic.
I refuse to watch Tommy Boy.
Why would you refuse?
I was joking.
It was set in Sandusky. But oddly enough, they didn't even film like an exterior or, just have a drone fly over. An establishing shot of the boy with the boot. Anything. They just threw out Sandusky, Ohio in there.
Yeah.
And now we're having the Tommy Boy Fest.
Yeah. Well, I thought you were going to bring up Five Nights at Freddy's 2 trailer dropped today.
I didn't see it. I didn't know.
We'll do a trailer episode next week. Idea from Brian Staley, longtime devoted fan of the show.
Long time devoted fan. And on episode 25 here. Long time.
We'll do that. San Diego Comic Con's this weekend, so I'm sure they'll keep dropping more and more.
That's the ticket, huh?
Yeah. Anyways, back to Fantastic Four issues. If you haven't dropped in the comment, drop it. There's some classic issues out there. They have some classic villains, one of which being Galactus, who we'll talk about in a minute. Maybe your favorite Fantastic Four issue is the newly released movie tie-in issue. Now this recounts the Fantastic Four's first mission within the movie universe. Obviously you got the homage cover to the first Fantastic Four.
Yeah. That's classic. That's an all-time classic cover, not this one.
No.
The original.
Yeah, the very first one.
All-time classic image of comics. This does a pretty good job on it.
Yeah, this just recounts the first adventure of In the Universe, Mole Man, and who's this guy? Monstroso. God, what's his name?
I don't know.
I
thought he was Mole Man, the mole.
No, he's got a
monster.
special name and mentioned in there. It's passing my mind. If you know his name, leave it in the comments. So maybe that is your favorite issue. For some reason, it came.
I think anything when you think of Fantastic Four, the Jack Kirby art to me. That's what when I think of Fantastic Four, that's what I see as Jack Kirby art, Jack Kirby characters. If I was never a big Fantastic Four fan, I don't think I ever bought a Fantastic Four issue.
Well, I did. I bought the movie tie-in.
I don't know if I ever did buy it, but
Not even one with like the Silver Surfer on the front, or Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom. Yeah, they got cool villains: Galactus, Doctor Doom,
The Super Scroll.
Skrulls.
The
They just,
Mole Man.
I don't know. I felt like when I was growing up in the 80s, 70s, and 80s, I feel like they were past their prime, and they were kind of like a second tier group. I could be wrong. That's just the way I felt.
Whatever, man.
I don't know, man. That's just
What
what
is
I'm
this guy, an X-Men fan?
I don't know. I was a Batman fan, obviously, but so all right. So jumping into the movie. First impression.
Let's dive into it.
Let's dive into it.
This is spoiler free, by the way.
Spoiler free for a little while. We'll give you a warning when you
Yeah.
can take the kids in the other room.
I really liked it. I'm getting the sense I liked it more than you. What are you feeling?
The thing I liked about it was the colors, the sets, the props, the idea of it. Like, it's some sort of weird 60s science
That
fiction.
retrofuturism.
Retrofuturism. Is that even a thing, or did you just
That's what
invent
it
that?
is. No, that's what it is.
Okay. Because it's like it's like in the 60s what they thought science fiction was going to look like. You know what I mean?
Retrofuturism, we covered it.
All right, got it. That's what that means. All right, that's what I liked about it, because it was that vibe, that look. Even the film stock that they used, or the color palette that they used,
Oh yeah,
was awesome.
The aesthetic,
yes,
they nailed
like
it.
I said, yeah, they did nail it.
And when you have that compared to Marvel's earlier release this year, the Thunderbolts, they have their own definite feel.
Yes, 2 different movies, 2 different looks, 2 different
But
feels.
that's amazing that they're in the same universe. You know, I think that
It's
really
amazing that Marvel stepped out of their little comfort zone.
I think they were
granted,
desperate. I think they were, and they were like, let's just give something a try. We've made bad movie after bad movie after bad movie, falling into a formula, falling into corporate guidelines of how the movie needs to be shot, the story, how it needs to be connected, and they finally realized that people aren't buying that anymore.
People ain't buying that no more.
Let's just, you know what, do your own thing with it. Whoever the director is, do your own thing with these. Give it your own flair, your own style.
You just gotta hit these 1 or 2 plot points so that we can connect it.
Yeah. And I think it's really, it's working, and James Gunn has mentioned that's what his universe is going to be. It's going to be Superman, that's a feel, but the Lanterns TV show, that's True Detective, which obviously very different, True Detective style show compared
What's
to...
this now?
This is James Gunn's, how he wants to do his universe.
Green Lantern's gonna be True Detective style.
The Lanterns TV show, following Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, is going to be True Detective. That's what they're saying. That's what you say about anything.
Yeah.
This is like True Detective. This is like Game of Thrones. You throw out the big names, but
Yeah.
that's what they're going for, is going to be like a True Detective feel. So that's obviously different from the Superman. And their
Right.
Clayface movie is going to be a horror movie, a body horror, like The Substance. So each movie having its own feel, its own genre, so to speak, to make a bigger universe, I think is what
And I
people are
think
going
that's
to buy into.
Yeah, because I think that's what the problem for Marvel has been, is that these movies, doesn't matter even who the characters are, it's just a Marvel movie. They all look the same, they all sound the same. That's where they ran into trouble.
Yeah.
But the other thing I want to go back to is the science fiction aspect of this movie. It even had, like, the early science fiction horror movies, Earth disaster movies, they always had this weird thing where the Earth pulls together and comes together, and everybody works together to solve this big problem. And if the whole world, and it had kind of that aspect in it too. So I loved, like I said, the color, all the stuff, even that plot point like that. but I don't know if I love the movie.
Really? I really liked it. I really liked...
Galactus was super well done. It was almost scary at times.
Yeah.
His voice was cool. The sound was cool. The look of Galactus was cool.
Yeah, and that's another thing. They really were like, it's just comic book accurate. We're doing it. Galactus is purple. We don't know. We don't care why. We're not going to try to tone down the purple. He's purple.
Well, his glowing purple eyes were cool.
The Fantastic Four, they were in just blue jumpsuits. I really like that. I really like their uniforms.
But see, I don't think that would work unless you were doing the whole, what is it,
retrofuturism.
If you weren't doing that retrofuturism whole thing, I don't think you just throw out those suits into the Thunderbolts universe. You know what I mean? I don't know about that.
But yeah, they're definitely more comic book, more simple than anything Marvel did before this.
Yes.
You know, like even the closest we had to like comic accurate suits was in Endgame. Captain America kind of had the scales, but it was just on his chest. It was like a piece of armor, sort of the scale. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And that was like, they still weren't making the leap to. I think that would be silly though. I really like that Endgame uniform for Captain America, but yeah, this is like completely. They're all in matching jumpsuits. The Thor's big on there.
It's cool.
Yeah,
super cool. But I just don't know that. And there's nothing wrong with the movie. Like there's not a big plot hole where I just go, "Oh, this is okay, not working." Just I think it lulled too much in the middle for me.
See, now that is crazy because I have I have the contrast. We're coming right off of Superman and Fantastic Four. We're very lucky. We're very fortunate to be seeing all these movies this summer. We even made a joke going in that they could afford to hire a guy to check your tickets.
To check the tickets. Usually you could just walk in the movie. You're just doing them a courtesy by buying the ticket because you can just walk in. There's nobody there. But yes, there was a ticket taker blocking your entrance into the hallway of the films. Because I think they can afford to hire that guy again because they've had a bountiful summer.
Yes. So...
But I see you talked about the lull in Superman where he was captured.
And there was a scene where I was watching it in Fantastic Four where I was like, this is like equivalent to the Superman scene I didn't like. But it's working for me more. It's a chase, escape in space, you know. And
that was better. That was better than the Superman
prison escape.
Yeah,
they felt like they came at the same moment in the story.
Probably because they do. You ever see that they say 7 minutes in this happens in any movie? You know, you say that formula.
Yeah.
At 15 minutes in this happens, so it probably is hitting those beats.
Yeah, and I felt like there was more to this moment in Fantastic Four's chase scene, for lack of a better term, than there was in Superman's, and the way it was shot was better. The environment they were in, it had a little bit more to it. Like Superman's, he's in that weird blocky river.
It's just too abstract and too CGI and too reminiscent of some other bad CGI.
Yeah, and this was complete. I mean, obviously it's complete CGI, but there was so much going on, but not to the point you're like, what's happening? It was sort of like, not exactly like Mission Impossible, but when you watch those Mission Impossible movies, you have all these layers happening all at the same time.
They did have a little more than that. You're right. Superman, it was just very basic. I think they threw in that baby to try and make that extra layer, but it didn't really work, I think, very well.
Oh, the baby Joey from Superman. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, and also, like, Superman, you're like, okay, dude, this guy can fly and shoot lasers. What's the hold up to me? You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's not go back into
it.
Yeah, but I feel those are two comparative scenes, and I feel like the Fantastic Four did do it better. But just for the ending was good. I really liked the beginning. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go into spoilers on that yet. Beginning was great. But I just feel like the middle.
I agree. Yeah, there is like a little sag when it's like we don't have anything to do other than plan for a moment.
And I feel like you say Mission Impossible. Maybe there could have been another layer of terror in there. Just a minor criminal. I don't know.
They throw out a bunch of
It's not a major
criminals.
complaint. It's just for me, it just didn't.
Yeah, they throw out a bunch of minor guys at the beginning that you could have
Which was
saved
cool.
one for that moment. Oh, we're trying to do this, but there's some idiot ruining it.
Yeah,
We gotta defend this post
In
while they
fact,
build it. But
yeah, right.
like the guy with the apes. What an interesting villain. He was shown in the very first trailer. John Malkovich is supposed to be playing that guy.
Oh, really?
I believe it's John Malkovich. Yeah, he's shown in the first trailer. What is his red? Some idiot who put the Fantastic Four powers in gorillas, essentially. Some Soviet idiot who did that. And he was in the trailer, so I don't know what happened to him. There was also a flat plot line with the Thing romance. He had like a romance that
didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was going on, and then in the middle of the movie they dropped that out. I really kind of was thinking to myself, when's he going to go back there?
Yeah, you could have had her in danger along with an outpost from John Malkovich's Soviet monkey character.
Yeah, maybe the Soviets weren't quite down with the plan, and the monkeys were trying to.
Or there's a Galactus cult they mentioned in the news.
Yeah,
maybe
Galactus cult. Maybe they were trying to sabotage something.
Yeah, so there was. I agree with that. There's
An opportunity to do something.
They could have, added a little bit more in the process to make it like, oh, we're trying, because they're on a time limit.
Right.
But you never feel that. You never feel this impending doom.
But that was, but again, like I say, that you go back to the old 50s, 60s science fiction movies that I was watching in the 70s as a little kid. It was that exact feel. Dude, they had music and they show, and you know what? The newscasters, they would always have this news, the guy talking on the news sounded and felt just like the 60s and 70s news guy.
I really like that guy.
Yeah.
I really like that added layer to it as well. He came back throughout. He was at the beginning and at the end specifically, but he was
That
throughout.
but I'm talking about like the news broadcasts throughout.
Yeah, that's what
They
I
always
really
were
like.
like,
Those.
oh, we don't know what's going on with a threat from space
Yeah.
and all this. So it was cool. I liked it. I
Just
liked
didn't
it.
hit
I'm
home
not
with
dogging on it at all. Yeah, like I said, I would watch it again just for the look and feel. But I probably would brush through the middle a little bit.
How do you feel about the character casting? That was my biggest problem was.
I don't know that, like, the Human Torch, I don't know that he really knocked it home. The Thing, he's a rock.
Hard to mess it up.
Hard to say anything really super good or super bad about him.
I liked Vanessa Kirby as Invisible Woman. I think she did really well. I'm agreeing with you. I never, from the get-go, bought Eddie Munson from Stranger Things as Human Torch. I just don't think he has the swagger of the Human Torch, like the cockiness that
They really didn't.
They
didn't play that up at all.
And I feel like that was such a missed thing. They say he's into women and whatnot,
But you don't really ever get the feel.
yeah, it's not like Chris Evans from those early Fantastic Four movies. He did really well.
Like what they could have done to show that, just like, because they're always interacting with the crowd and there's people, they're at press conferences and they're doing news shows and everything. Like Jimmy Olsen from Superman.
Yeah, throw some girls at this guy.
Yeah, throw some, they just were little side comments or just quick little pictures of girls looking at him, but you never saw any of that.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to be a womanizer, but mostly you only get that from him talking about himself.
Yeah.
I know I'm a womanizer and you think I'm just after
Yeah.
the Silver Surfer because she's a woman,
Yeah.
but you never got that feeling.
Yeah, I feel like they missed his character a little bit. And they made him too much of a hero in the first movie. I don't feel like there's any growth for him available. He's the one character in the Fantastic Four who
Was a little
really,
selfish, a little cocky.
yeah, and you can really develop a character out of him because he was at a point that he wasn't at a point where the other characters were, where they were fully developed, fully in on being a hero for the right reasons, fully matured, and he was supposed to be kind of the guy that was behind, but you love him because he has that characteristic. But this one, you're like, he's the one always like, oh, I could sacrifice myself. You're missing that, an opportunity to develop a character throughout one or two or three movies or however many you plan on doing, and
There's really nowhere for any of the other ones to go either. They're already.
Yeah, that's what he was the one guy that you could do that with. Now you're relying on a baby.
Yeah, interesting.
And Pedro Pascal, I mean, I like him, but
I don't know that he knocked it out of the park
I don't think
either.
he's like a Reed Richards. I do think they got his character right where he's like awkward and he's too busy thinking about all these horrible things or the calculations of whatnot.
I think some of the times, when they're working on the problems or whatever, I kind of felt them, but I get not a major knock, not ripping on the movie. Maybe that's quite what didn't land for me. I don't know.
Yeah. I do think they had good chemistry within each other, though.
Yeah, for sure.
They really worked well as a group, as a family. Thing and Human Torch, I got a good chuckle out of them.
There was a couple times they had good interactions that felt legit.
And Herbie, nice little addition. He's doing everything.
He is doing everything, poor guy.
building everything for these guys. So, what would you rate it? What would you rate it out of 10 before we go into spoilers?
Would I give Superman an 8 or a 9? This for. I like the look and feel of this better than Superman, but I liked Superman the movie a little bit better. I would go 7.
I'll give it a 7.5. That's where I'm at. I don't think it's as good as Thunderbolts. I think it's equal to Superman. I still think F1 is the best movie I've seen this year. So far.
Yeah. It's definitely worth a look. I would recommend it. I would recommend it in theaters. If you are a science fiction fan, if you are a comic book fan, if you are a Fantastic Four, Marvel fan, definitely go see it. Definitely go see it in theaters. You won't be disappointed.
No, I mean, Galactus himself makes it worth it.
Yeah.
There's good moments. All the action scenes are pretty good. There is that one chase scene that I think really is... It's very Fantastic Four comic where it's just like, we're out in space because we have a spaceship and we're traveling, whatever. And so that's fun.
I think it's true to the comic with the Fantastic Four car. That was cool. The Fantastic Four rocket ship. I mean, I recall that from the movies. Reed Richards' little lab and everything, the building.
Their powers, they all use their powers. So, yeah.
There was one real cool part, but that's for the spoilers that I want to talk about.
And I will say this.
Powers.
Just before we go into spoilers, actually, this might be a spoiler. Never mind.
All right, we'll give you a pause. Send the women and children out of the room.
Spoiler alert.
So I give it a 7. I recommend it. You won't be disappointed.
No.
All right, so let's go into spoilers.
Here's my first critique of the movie. You know what? Somewhere in the Marvel writing room, they have to be like, Reed Richards has to use his powers as he does in the comic, where it just is so crazy, elaborate. He turns into a parachute. He turns into a giant ball, a tea kettle. He moves his face around so he doesn't look like Reed Richards. All they do with him in every Fantastic Four movie is, his arm stretches so he can punch.
But no, what was cool though was at one point Galactus had him and was stretching him, and he was almost at the breaking point.
Yeah,
that I thought was cool.
I thought he was going to slingshot him
That's what I thought he was going to do with Rubber Band too. But he had Reed Richards like this and was stretching him.
Yeah. See, that was fun.
That was cool. But yeah, you're right. They don't do anything really unique. The biggest thing is he stretches his arm and reaches stuff, or he swings like Spider-Man by his arm.
Yeah, do something bonkers. Like have him wrap around Galactus' feet like an Empire.
Yeah.
I don't know, do something. I can't believe no one's like...
Hey, let's... Because they always do... Marvel has done a good job of doing unexpected things with characters' powers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I just can't believe no one... Is there not a love for the game in the writing room for that? Like, is no one going, how can we make...
Reed
That's what I'm saying. Cool. You have the final battle versus Galactus. How is no one going, okay, let's say it's Reed Richards versus Galactus alone. What can Reed Richards do?
Here, I'll give you
with
one.
His powers to defeat
I'll
Galactus.
give you one that I thought at the time, as I was watching in real time, I was like, that wouldn't work. They had Human Torch burn his eyes out, which you don't know if that's going to work or not, Galactus. But at the same time, he has to do that, and then he has to fly down and get the baby so that they can switch him.
Yeah.
And I thought that's a stretch. You're asking a lot of the Human Torch, because you don't even know that the burning of eye. So wouldn't it have been better if if Reed Richards would have made a blindfold out of himself, and
Yeah, there you go.
then you know his eyes are covered. And the Human Torch would have time. You know that he's going to be able to fly down and get the baby and switch him.
You know what? You're talking about it. Have Mr. Fantastic morph into the baby in the cradle, and when Galactus picks him up, he pops out into a giant fist and punches him in the face.
Yeah, why couldn't he do a giant fist? And
Or slingshot. He turns into a slingshot, and the thing jumps into him like one of the wrestlers, one of those old WWE wrestlers, and launches at Galactus' like knee or something.
Yeah, come on. Where's this? Yeah.
That would be like a team effort. Maybe the thing douses himself in gasoline. Mr. Fantastic lines up like that. He bounces off of him as the thing's flying through air. Human Torch lights him on fire, so he's a fireball.
Bomb.
There's 3 Fantastic Four members working together. Sue Storm could trip him or something from behind.
Oh.
Or you have Sue Storm catch the thing in an oxygen pocket so that fire goes out instantly off of
I
him.
want to do that.
Well, because you don't want the thing to burn alive. So once he hits, I don't know, but if he, it adds it gives Invisible Woman part of the plan. Yeah.
Well, they made her the hero of the thing, though. She got enough power to.
Yeah, that mom
Push him.
strength kicked in.
Yeah.
You read about that all the time. Some kid's under the car, all of a sudden a woman just
Lifts the car up. Happens all the time.
Kicked in on her.
Yeah, which I thought I'm buying it.
I'll buy that, absolutely.
Yeah. So let's go back to the beginning of the movie real quick,
Okay, yeah.
because that to me was the best part. First of all, I love again. I didn't have to sit through an origin story. I didn't have to watch them in space doing whatever they do.
Yeah, they brush by it.
But they did. They do it in a cool fashion. First of all, you're 4 years. They're having the 4-year anniversary of the Fantastic Four.
Isn't that funny?
So they're doing a news broadcast, and it's like they're recapping the last 4 years, and they do it real cool. And you get quick glimpses of them fighting the Mole Man, that monster, like on the cover. They show that fighting those green gorillas, but they're all just like
real quick.
10 seconds.
Showcases
Boom, boom.
their powers though a little bit too, in case for some reason.
So you're getting the condensed version of everything.
Yeah,
And you're
that's
building
fun.
some character things. Yeah, and it was cool to. You didn't have to spend time on the evil guy's origins. You didn't have to spend time. They're just there. Here's what they did. Show a quick scene of the fight. They could have really, I think, thrown in a couple more. Would have been great.
Yeah.
But the Mole Man, that guy.
Love that guy as an actor. He always plays creepy weirdo, so it was good to see him have some fun where he's not a psycho murderer. He's famously in Blackbird, a TV show on Apple, where he plays a real life murderer who it's a crazy story. I forget. Oh, they send in a guy to get a confession out of him because he's already in prison. Not the point. Not the point. But
that guy does a great job.
yeah, and
He's
that's
like
a fun little
comic
side
relief.
character.
Yeah, he ends up helping out at the end.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he is bullying the Fantastic Four for the most part
Yeah.
in their own home. He's cracking on all of them. They all get all stirred up.
Because the only one he likes is Sue Storm, so he's ripping on the rest of them.
Yeah,
He was a cool character.
and that's fun that you managed to include somebody like Mole Man
Yeah.
within the universe.
Again, but that's somebody. I don't think anybody's tied to Mole Man, so you can do different things with him and make him this little run of a guy but he's the ruler of the underground world, and he's a little high on his horse.
No, my favorite part is he goes, make sure to wipe your shoes off before you go in, and he's like in the dirt. He goes,
That's that shit. It's all dirt. Don't worry. But they did a good job because he was at the beginning in one of those little clips as one of their rivals, and then they had a little thing in there where they kind of had a peace treaty, and then he comes in again at the end.
Yeah.
So they did a good job of building him up a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, because it was like it was like it wasn't flowing. It was just like a
Stiff.
helmet.
Yeah.
It was like a helmet of hair.
Yeah, I
I
think
didn't
you
care
should
for that
just-
either.
Yeah. I mean, there has to be like a design table. I wonder if that got thrown out. Should we shave her head? And I wonder who said no because they were wrong. I feel like, I don't know, it just looked weird.
What wasn't the other of Silver Surfer in one of the other Fantastic Four movies also a female?
Yeah.
And she was bald?
And a female. Not a female in the movies.
You sure?
Yeah, that was a dude.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was bald. Why couldn't she be bald?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that should be like a
characteristic.
Yeah.
You just lose your hair.
Yeah. That's
When you go to be you go to be Silver Surfer, you lose your hair. Why? You know, Silver Surfer. Obviously, that character was made in the 70s or the 60s.
Yeah.
When surfing was a thing, and we thought we'd make a cool character on a surfboard.
One of the coolest looking characters, though. I mean, that is so cool.
It's kind of stupid now, though.
I don't think so. I think it still
Surfer.
works.
Silver
it still
Surfer.
works, dude. It still works. Oh, like who? That's what you need more of.
Silver
You know,
Surfer.
people would be too afraid to do that now. To come up
Very
with something.
dated, I feel like.
It's not though. People are so afraid to come up with something as crazy as that. Oh, we can't.
It is crazy, but in some sense, somehow it's stuck
flying
around
through space
on a
because
surfboard.
that's so cool. He's flying through space on a surfboard, and he's like, "By the way, your planet's about to get eaten." Deuces. And then the next time you see him, there's a giant purple guy about to eat your planet behind him. What a crazy idea.
That is a crazy
what a perfect
idea.
design, because it is so simple. When everybody had these weird goggles or not, it's just a guy. It's
just a silver
It's just a silver dude or lady on a surfboard.
surfboard.
Good for them. Good for Jack.
Nailed that one.
Yeah.
Nailed that one. Galactus, Eater of Planets. Yeah, that's crazy when they came up with that stuff.
Devour world.
That's going to stick around. You know they were doing it as like a one-shot, you know, oh, let's write this little 4-story comic book.
I mean, yeah, you know, but
And
that's when it was all starting. You didn't know
60
who
years
was gonna
later,
stay.
that stuff is still rolling.
Like the Joker, you know, he's supposed to die at the end of the first issue he appeared in. Could you imagine?
How did he get, how did he?
They were just being like, this is like, it's a clown.
Batman does it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a clown.
It's a
clown.
kill this guy at the end of
I'm
this
out of
one.
ideas. I saw a circus poster on the way to work today. Make a clown.
It's a clown. But that's what worked, man.
Stuck around.
You just throw everything at the wall. See what sticks.
Yeah, you just don't know.
A clown and a guy on a surfboard, it turns out.
Turns out. Yeah, so.
But then they go, just to go through what we were talking about, that chase scene.
Yeah.
It's like
They
for
go to
some
Galactus'
reason-
world, or they go to the next place Galactus is getting ready to devour.
Galactus is there in the middle of feasting.
In the middle.
And they interrupt him.
And that's a cool. The way they did Galactus was cool. I think that's one of the best things, really.
Yeah. I will say this, there's a moment, oh, why does Galactus do this? What's his whatever? And she's like, he doesn't, he just feeds. Okay, why? Again, in the writing room, why aren't you like, oh, he hungers? That's like a famous thing he says, is Galactus always like, oh, I hunger.
I think they got that point across.
I'm saying like, why isn't that the dialogue in the movie? They use the word feeds. He needs to be fed or something like that.
Yeah.
And they didn't go, he hungers. Nitpick, obviously, but I'm just surprised no one was like, oh, well, he's always saying he
That's
hungers.
the phrase, yeah. That's the
Why would
phrase.
let's throw it in there.
Yeah.
But anyways, they try to get away. They go through a wormhole. That's all cool that the Silver Surfer's chasing them through this wormhole.
And it doesn't kill her.
Yeah, and it's fun that they're trying to shoot. Like that whole scene I really liked. Everybody's having a moment. They're all struggling.
She's getting ready to have a baby.
Yeah.
So that you got that whole thing going on.
And Johnny Storm's got to figure out how to hit Silver Surfer.
Can't shoot the thing straight because they're going through the wormhole and it's messing things up.
They end up in a black hole. See, I like that. I like the way that was shot too. It wasn't, oh, take it all. I guess I don't know how to explain it. If you see it, you know what I'm talking about. It felt very real, very like.
Well, it's not.
in
I
their
mean,
face.
you know you're in space, which is, comparing it to the Superman one, you're in that pixel river or whatever it is. It just, to me, that seemed very video game-ish, or other movies that have done things similar. And you can it's very CGI. This, you're in outer space, which is a thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not as abstract.
Yeah, and they added a nice little touch to it where there's that cloud. I don't know, it's not a cloud, but you know what I'm talking about? It's like that dust in there.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're
that's
flying
cool.
through that.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was a cool addition. They got a slingshot around. All of that was very fun. And they're like, oh, we gotta lose the Silver Surfer, and that was cool when she gets sucked in. She kind of is like stretching and getting pulled back.
But she's lost for 6 months or something.
Yeah.
She's find her way out.
She does get lost towards the end of the movie, though. As a character.
She comes to Earth, and wipes out the time. The big thing that the Earth pulls together to do is make all these outposts because they're going to teleport the Earth. It's just crazy science fiction.
Yeah.
60s. I mean, this is what they came up with in the 50s or 60s.
Teleport the
You're going to
world.
teleport the Earth to somewhere where Galactus doesn't know where it is, which I don't even know if that would work.
Yeah. You're probably lucky she came in there.
Yeah, so
What if that malfunctioned? The whole world would explode.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I mean, come on, how are you gonna pull this off? Maybe we do a test or something first. Teleport the moon first, see if this works. But they build all the Earth comes together, and all the countries have to build these little outposts that's gonna help transport the world. She comes flying in and destroys them all. Has a little talk with Johnny Storm, and then disappears
Until like
until
literally
the last
very
second. Yeah.
Which I felt
Which
like,
I noticed. I was like,
yeah,
where's
you
she at?
lost
What's
her-
she doing?
Lost her a little bit in there.
and she's just sitting on the top of a building watching this all go down.
Sitting on her surfboard eating a
You
sandwich.
know, the other thing they never really explained, like, Galactus, I don't think, had to come down in physical form.
Yeah, he has a beam,
He has a
as
beam,
every UFO does. One of those
as we've
tractor
established with the Predator universe.
Well, that he uses it in this movie. That's how their
Yeah.
ship gets.
Yeah.
It's like the Death Star when the Millennium Falcon's trying to fly
Or
out.
Silver Surfer could have came down and grabbed the baby or whatever. So I think they deleted a scene because part of their plan was we need to tell him he's got to come and get the
Yeah.
baby. That's nitpicking also, but I just noticed it. I was like, why is he jumping out of his ship?
Yeah,
Because there was, I feel like, a
there definitely had to be
deleted
something there.
scene.
I'll also say this: he almost falls for like the trap to step in there.
That was cool.
I was gonna be very disappointed if he did fall. You know what I mean? And also, I'm surprised Reed Richards, smartest man on earth or whatever, didn't plan for that. Oh, he's gonna see through this because there's red and
Yeah,
white
we got
marks.
it. I thought
it's
that
a
was stupid too.
teleporter.
And I'm standing here with the switch waiting, all right there.
I thought that was gonna be part of the plan, that the thing was in the building the whole time. They're gonna teleport the whole building. Like it was like a front, you know what I mean? Oh, the baby, and then we're gonna move the baby to the building where the actual teleporter is.
Yeah, I kind of thought they would have a plan B too.
They didn't.
They
These
did
are gonna
not.
be like the smarter. It's not like the Avengers, a bunch of
They
ragtag
did.
guys show up.
I did think that too at the time, because they got these big red stripes around the zone where they need him to step.
And they know what that is, or else the Silver Surfer wouldn't have gone around blowing them up. So clearly they're like, you know, him and Silver Surfer are discussing on the ship. These are the teleporter things. This is what they look like.
Go blow those
Go
up.
get every single one of those. Oh, they're waiting at this one. The baby's in the center of this teleporter. Let me step in here. Not
But he stopped, yeah.
But well, like you really thought that was going to work? Because they even go, he's older than the universe. You don't think he's seen every trick in the book? He's going around eating planet after planet after planet.
Yeah, these guys
You
are
think you're
all
the first
trying
one?
something.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Yeah. But again, wasn't a deal breaker for me. Sometimes there's horrible
Something
plot
so
things
stupid,
like that,
yeah.
and you just ruins the whole movie. You're like, okay, this is dumb. But it's just because of the whole retro futuristic vibe they were given. I feel like that's a fine. It's a
Yeah,
pass.
something's gonna happen.
It's a pass.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah. The Future Foundation's already set up in this. That's fun.
The what?
The Future Foundation. That's like the big thing.
Yeah.
That's,
So how do you think this affects for the Marvel Universe going forward?
I really don't know. I like that it's in its own thing. It's in its own planet.
What is the next Marvel Universe?
I think it's Doomsday. I think it's Avengers Doomsday.
Doctor Doom?
Yeah.
Because
That's
the end credit
Oh
scene
yeah. Let's talk about that.
was sweet.
It was really. I mean,
she leaves. She's reading to the baby Franklin, and she leaves for a second. Hears a noise or something, then comes back and comes around the corner. And Doctor Doom, you only see him from the back,
his hood's up. He's
Yeah.
holding his mask, and Franklin's touching
touching
his
his
face.
face. Yeah.
I will say, think in the moment, awesome, perfect, well done. Marvel's back. But then I was like, that's Robert Downey Jr. Like that's their plan. You know what I mean? You know how disappointing that's going to be. Whatever the story is for it. You know, maybe he always trying to take the face of the most popular hero. I've heard that, to make himself seem more like heroic to trick people. Which I don't even know if that's a Doctor Doom. That doesn't seem like Doctor Doom.
His face is messed up because of something. Right?
Yeah, but he's like egotistical. I don't think he'd be like, oh, I'm going to
he
pose as somebody else. He's going to be like, I'm Doctor Doom. That's who I am. Like, that would have been so disappointing for him to like turn around and it's like, oh, it's Robert Downey. You know what I mean?
People would have flipped out though.
Yeah,
but you're right. As a
it would have been
an
like
actual movie device, it's not maybe the best.
You know, because you would turn around and been like, he would have done that stupid smirk, you know, and you would have been like, oh, it's Robert Downey Jr.
You know what? Maybe they're gonna do. Maybe he's playing him, but he's gonna be disfigured or something. Like what was Franklin doing to his face?
Yeah,
because he was touching his face.
Yeah, his mask was in his hand. So
his mask was in his hand.
Maybe he's trying to fix it for him. Maybe he mangles it. I don't know. It was a cool post-credit scene, you know. It's just the cloak. It's Doctor Doom. Stuff to be excited about for sure.
Yeah. So Avengers Doomsday. So that is not going to be in this universe, right?
I think that's going to be because it's Avengers Doomsday.
What if it was in this universe with all the characters as they would be in that universe?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be sweet. Hulk in that universe.
I just feel like you can't unless they all just show up. I guess there was a 4-year jump between the end of Fantastic Four and the post-credit scene.
Yeah, it said 4 years.
So maybe, you could be like, oh, other heroes have been shown up.
Because it really doesn't seem like there's other heroes.
Yeah, it seems like it's Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
So
that would just be a little fantasy.
Yeah. I don't think it would. I think it's Doomsday and then Secret Wars. I think they go back to back. There might be some weird one. I think there might be Spider-Man 4 in the middle of that.
Yeah, that's off the wall.
Yeah,
so that's obviously in the current universe.
I think what Doomsday's going to do is
somehow
merge these together for whatever reason, and then lead right into Secret Wars. Because remember, the Thunderbolts post-credit scene was the Fantastic Four ship coming to Earth.
Coming to Earth, yeah, that's right.
So who knows? Maybe Doctor Doom and Franklin are just on that.
Maybe Doctor Doom steals Franklin.
Cooks up a story.
And then they gotta follow him.
Yeah, and then he tricks him into Battle World for whatever reason. I don't know how that'll work. Galactus comes back. Because they don't kill him, they just throw him through a black hole.
Yeah,
or they
teleport him to the farthest reaches of the universe without his ship or whatever, so he's stuck somewhere for
he'll come
X amount of time. Yeah, he was a cool character. I think they gotta use him again somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's Galactus.
It's Galactus, but it's done well. Has Galactus? Galactus was in a different Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, he was a giant cloud.
That's stupid. I think that was just a cop-out because they didn't have the CGI at the time, maybe. Yeah. So, yeah. Good movie. Fun movie. Recommend it.
Absolutely.
What else you got?
Nothing, just that the Future Foundation Spider-Man suit. I hope that somehow shows up somewhere.
What's a Future Foundation Spider-Man suit?
I'm glad you asked. So the Future Foundation started after Johnny Storm died in the comics from making a sacrifice against the Nihilist's army. So then Spider-Man temporarily joins the Fantastic Four to fill that gap, but they rename themselves the Future Foundation. Spider-Man gets a suite. They get all new uniforms. They're white and black. It's like, the Spider-Man suit is so cool.
Wow.
It's pretty much all white. The symbol's black over his shoulders. His
kind of reverse Venom.
Yeah.
Reverse black suit Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
So maybe if they do Doctor Doom, Doomsday, Spider-Man can be in the Fantastic Four universe for a second in the Future Foundation suit.
Yeah, I wonder what's next. Avengers Doomsday. Yeah, so he's got to be in. He's got to get Doomsday. Doctor Doom has to get to.
Somehow the worlds
universe.
have to combine. Yeah. And it'll just be Cameo City from there. Yeah. Anybody who ever has been in a Marvel movie.
Which would be cool if they do keep up with what they're doing that they did in Superman and Fantastic Four. We don't need to have origin stories. We don't have to need origin movies. These guys are just here.
Yeah.
And
I'm saying they could do.
People are gonna love it.
Council of the Reeds, another thing from Hickman's Fantastic Four run, where the Reed Richards of the multiverse, they all work together because they're all so smart. They built a place in the multiverse where they converge.
A little pocket Reedverse.
Yeah, so you could do that with everybody who's played Reed Richards. You have Miles Teller, that one guy who played him. And then the one in the unreleased, bring him back. Give him some
Yeah,
credit.
throw
In
him
the
in there.
unreleased.
Throw that guy in there. He'd be out of his class, out of his league, but he'd be in it. So yeah, that'd be cool. It'd be cool to work in some totally new characters that you haven't used, that nobody's even seen coming.
Yeah.
And you don't need a movie to build them up. You don't need an origin story. Just throw them in there. Captain Britain.
I forgot to mention this. There's rumors that they're going to reboot the Marvel Universe after Secret Wars.
What's Secret Wars going to be?
Battle World? I actually don't know.
I mean, is it going to be... Secret Wars, when that came out, that was so sweet. That was an awesome 12 comic series, man. Because that was totally different from anything. That was like when they were just getting into limited series and doing different things with all the characters. That was a sweet series. It has some of the best covers too. The one with Hulk holding up a mountain.
Yeah.
Secret Wars.
Famous Spider-Man issue 8 of Secret Wars.
Yeah, that was where the whole
New
black suit. Man, that was Marvel at its best, because he's got that symbiote. They just thought it was an alien cloth that would do whatever, and so it jumped on Spider-Man, and he could make it into his Spider-Man outfit. And then, like a year later in the normal Spider-Man comics, all of a sudden it starts trying to take him over, and there's this whole Venom run.
Yeah.
That was like, I mean, so they had that planned out. Maybe they had it planned out. I don't know.
It's just patience.
But yeah, which nobody has anymore.
But yeah, so I don't know. I think that's the rumor on the streets. They're going to reboot the entire universe.
What does that mean? They're just going to start over again with cast different characters,
yeah.
so we can have Iron Man again, Captain America again.
Yeah, just start over.
I mean, it's been how long? When did the first Marvel movie come out?
2008.
2008. So
I think by the time Secret Wars comes out,
Yeah,
and they
it'll
probably
be
take
20
a break,
years.
and
it'll be over 20 years.
yeah. So who knows?
I guess
do you think
you
that
can.
would work? Because I heard a really good argument was the reason you can recast Batman or Superman or even Spider-Man over and over again is because those characters are bigger than an actor. Those characters are iconic. So people line up to see Batman or Superman or Spider-Man, not an actor.
I've often wondered about that, why it is.
But
Like Indiana Jones, I don't think you're getting away with that. Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones.
yeah, you held
You know
on
what
to
I
him
mean?
too long. I think if you would have done 3 Indiana Jones movies
And
then
then-
come back when he did Crystal Skull and been like, it's a new guy. It's
And had a different movie besides
Yeah.
Crystal Skull, yes.
But you know what I mean? Instead
Right.
of being like, it's not
let's
Harrison
keep
Ford
trying
anymore.
to. Let's keep trying to. Like James
Yeah.
Bond, you're fine with that.
Goldmine.
There's a new one.
Yeah.
You're right. And if they wouldn't have tried to keep hanging on, because now you've shown Indiana Jones as a whole life,
Yeah.
from his prime to an old guy.
And if you would have done it at the end of Last Crusade, it opens up with young Indiana Jones by River Phoenix.
River Phoenix, yeah.
Great. I just rewatched Last Crusade. Great. That opening is, it's fantastic. It's one of the only
Yeah, it
times
is.
I've actually enjoyed seeing a guy and they give him everything.
Yeah.
Which we complain
He's
about.
got that scar on his chin.
But it gets the hat.
But
somehow
they did
it
a good,
works.
They did a good. Because it's neat. It's tucked into one thing. It's one action-packed sequence, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not over-explained, and it's not.
Yeah, you're right. He falls in the lion train car, which again is brilliant. One of those brilliant set piece where it's, we could just have a train, but let's make it a circus train. And they're running on crocodiles, they're running through snakes. There's a lion in here, giraffe rhino horn shoots out. And so, he just grabs the whip.
And you're not
overdoing.
he grabbed. Yeah, and the guy was sort of not his role model, but he was a cool guy. You know
Yeah, and he was digging up treasure, and then Indiana Jones goes, it belongs in a museum. And he goes down and
right.
takes
So
it.
he always had that mentality, but like the overkilling it would be like, he hits himself with that whip, and then you would have to show, that's healing up nicely, and
it's
you know
really
what?
the scar.
No, just
Yeah.
he hits himself with the whip, and you're like, that's where that came from, and you're moving on.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
So yeah, they did that great.
And that opened the door, though. You know what I mean? It was like, here's a different guy playing Indiana Jones. He's supposed to be young Harrison Ford.
Right.
But it's a different guy.
But that guy too, I think he studied Harrison Ford, because he has mannerisms and everything.
I think they worked together on a movie before. Harrison Ford handpicked him. He goes, "Oh, I like this kid."
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He made himself into a young Harrison Ford. He like had mannerisms and looks. It was cool.
Yeah. So.
But you're right. That would have been the time because you just had 10 years, let's say, of his life.
Yeah.
But when you extended it and showed the end of his life, now you've made a story. Where James Bond he's always 30 years old. Batman's always 30 years old. And you just put in as many stories as you can.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you think that would work? With Iron Man, can you recast Iron Man? Because again, Iron Man wasn't a popular character necessarily until Robert Downey Jr. stepped in. The Marvel Cinematic Universe propelled that character to what he is now. Do you think somebody else can come along and be like, "Oh, this is a new Iron Man, this is a new Captain America"? Because those were perfectly cast characters as well.
You know what? Everybody says that though. Like Michael Keaton, everybody rips it before they see the movie. Just like this corn sweat guy. Everybody was ripping it, and now everybody's like, "Oh, he's pretty good." Probably everybody ripped Henry Cavill, or whatever his name is, before that. And now people like Michael Keaton. Everybody ripped that. He's a comedian. He's a comedic actor. And then after the movie came out, oh, nobody can ever be Batman again. That Michael Keaton, he was the best. And then Christian Bale, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, whatever you just said.
But you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's a character. Batman as a character is so much more popular than
Where
any actor.
Robert Downey made Iron Man.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting.
But
I
again,
almost
feel
think
like
that
that's far
story's
away.
over. I just feel like that story's over though, so maybe you can.
Yeah, they messed up big time.
Why? Because they killed him?
No, I'm talking about like after Endgame, they just were like, let's just put out.
It's garbage.
Yeah.
And
that's when you had you had the rights to Spider-Man. You got the rights to Fantastic Four. You got the rights to X-Men. Those were your heavy hitters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you just got all the rights and you couldn't do anything with it. So maybe it was a stroke of luck. We have we're down to Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor. Hulk is our biggest character we partially own. We're going to make a cinematic universe and it worked. Guardians of the Galaxy. Because we don't have X-Men. We don't have our biggest comic sellers.
Yeah, and up to that point, I mean, X-Men had been botched several times.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you...
Still has been botched. I haven't seen a good X-Men movie.
Maybe that's where they start. Okay, you do Doomsday or Secret Wars, you wait 5 years, let everything settle. Oh, here's the new universe start. It's X-Men. It's Wolverine. It's Wolverine Cyclops. Then you don't have to get back and get Iron Man.
None of the X-Men, I don't think, has been aside from Wolverine, obviously. None of the X-Men, I don't think anybody's too attached to any of those that anybody's going to throw an uproar that you recast any of them.
Yeah, in Secret Wars, they have everybody who ever has been in a Marvel movie in Secret Wars. So that's a perfect send-off to everything before that point. I think that is when you reboot it. If you're serious about a reboot, you wait. You start be planning it, plotting it.
Right.
And then you wait 5 years.
Yeah, you just gotta let it. You just gotta let it go for 5 years. Everybody just. And you guys got more money than. Yeah, come on. You don't need.
You could be done. This could be your last movie. You could everybody go home.
Yeah, what the heck?
You wait 5 years, and then you come back with X-Men. You don't even need Wolverine. I know that's crazy.
That's crazy.
But you could do Cyclops and Phoenix and Professor X and Beast who carry the X-Men for a movie.
I mean, yeah, it can be done. Guardians of the Galaxy shows you it can be done.
Yeah.
So.
But you know what I mean? You don't have to touch. Even if you restart the universe, you don't have to touch Iron Man or Captain America for 5 years in.
You don't. Yeah, they don't need to be the guys that carry the show.
Yeah,
they can come in.
Yeah, you can make the definitive X-Men.
There's thousands of Marvel characters.
Yeah, you could pull.
You could totally. You did Guardians of the Galaxy, so it can be done. You can go find some obscure guys. You know, I'm not thinking Captain Britain. I don't know why we don't do something with that guy. The original Captain Britain.
You can totally spread them out over the world too, so they never meet. Yeah. You know, like the Avengers, they were all in New York. Okay, why aren't these guys helping each other right now? You know what I mean? But this could be like, oh, the X-Men are upstate New York. Captain Britain's in London.
Like Punisher, Daredevil, that whole Ghost Rider.
Oh.
I don't want to...
Give us a Ghost Rider movie. That would be sweet.
Those early Ghost Riders, Nick Cage Ghost Riders, I thought those were decent.
Come on, man. Give me a rated R Ghost Rider movie.
Yeah.
You know how crazy that would be.
But there's all them guys.
Yeah.
Beta Ray Bill, like we talked about. Some of the Cable. I mean, there's a lot of guys you have not used.
Yeah, that could.
A lot of X-Men you haven't used. So, do you even need to go to Cyclops and Professor? I guess Professor X sort of got to be in there.
Well, yeah, I think. Well, if you have them, why not? Why not be like, okay, here's Cyclops, Phoenix, Colossus, Beast,
I feel
Professor
like there's
X.
been a couple iterations of Colossus. He's been sort of cool, sort of not. Juggernaut, same thing. They've cut. So why not just go for some of these oddball,
Obscure.
long shot? Be sweet.
Nightcrawler, you haven't done him?
Nightcrawler, he was done somewhere. Not done well.
For what, one movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Get him
Yeah,
his
give him just-
sword. He's
Yeah.
teleporting around. Why not?
Angel. That would trip some people out.
Yeah, you could do. What do they
Guy with wings all of a sudden coming out,
flying around.
You
Yeah, a little. Blue.
Iceman. Yeah, there's guys.
Oh yeah, you could go into the B League of the X-Men.
Because, yeah.
Magic. That'd be sweet.
Psylocke. A legit Psylocke.
Yeah, okay, yeah. See, you're right. You don't even need to use Cyclops and Phoenix or whatever.
Because they've been done, and I think
Or
they
you
sort
could
of
do
have a
two
bad
X-Men
taste.
movies.
Yeah, you could grab all these guys
Here's
in there.
X-Men, and here's the
Here's
other
some
X-Men.
more X-Men. Here's some
Yeah,
new mutants.
they're doing the Dark Phoenix storyline while these guys are fighting Magneto, for instance.
Yeah, for instance. There's enough guys.
Yeah.
And Guardians of the Galaxy proves that you can take some oddball characters and do something with them.
Make them work, yeah.
Make them work. So I don't know that you gotta go back to the well with some of them guys. Like, I don't want to see Storm again. We've seen her. I mean, what is she gonna do? Make another lightning bolt? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Cyclops, what's he gonna do? Shoot another laser beam out of his eyes? Who cares?
Yeah, and I think you totally, like we've talked about with Mr. Fantastic, use their powers to their full. Even if you think it's ridiculous, people will be like, "Oh, that's awesome!
Yeah,
that was awesome."
He's blindfolded Galactus. That was sweet.
They're launching the thing.
Yeah,
the wrestler.
They're pulling him back like a slingshot. They've done that.
Yeah.
They do that all the time.
Johnny Storm lights him on fire. Like
I was waiting for Johnny Storm to go supernova or something at some point.
Yeah, I think they're saving that.
They're saving that.
Maybe.
Probably.
But yeah, use their powers to the full extent.
Well, I think we're heading in that direction though, because these movies are more like comic books. The last two have been very more comic booky than we're trying to make it real physics and real science could actually.
We gotta
do this.
explain this.
Yeah. No, don't explain it. Go for it.
This is a guy with a laser coming out of his eye. You don't need to explain anything.
You got the guy that
try.
stretches. Yeah. Come on, there's no reason for that. There's
try.
no way you're explaining that. So stretch them.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So what's next?
Weapons.
That's not till like August 23rd or something.
That's August 8th, dude.
Oh,
You
that's
gotta
like
pay
next
attention.
week. I don't know, man.
But next week we'll come back and we'll talk about all the trailers.
Trailer episode, I guess, next week.
Trailers of what?
There could be a special guest star next week. We don't know.
Yeah, if we find some random, if we find some guy on the street and hit him over the head with one of those wooden mallets, and drag him in here, and he's got the big
mallet.
he's got the big welt on his head,
Big bump
and,
coming out.
and the little birds are tweeting around. He doesn't know what's
We don't
going
have
on.
that kind of technology. We don't have that special.
No, that's
effect.
real life.
Oh.
You don't know what's going on. What do you think about this trailer? So
Looks
we
good.
Clockwork Orange him. We open his eyes with those things
You're gonna
and
need
make
to after
him
you
watch
with a
the
wooden mallet.
Make him watch the trailer with the Tweety birds.
The
over
weapons
his head.
looks good.
Yeah, I was disappointed I saw that trailer. Not that it revealed much, but
It didn't. Thank God. I was hoping they weren't gonna.
Yeah,
It's still a mystery what's going on.
yeah, and I love that.
Yeah. Let's
And
keep it that
I mean,
way.
I was sold on that first teaser. When did that came out a while
a
ago?
little while ago. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment.
Your favorite Fantastic Four issue, or what you think about the possible Marvel reboot.
Yes.